Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
The fire crackles low, casting long shadows across the forest floor. Imagine it now. The night air cool and damp, the smell of pine and smoke thick around you. Somewhere beyond the reach of the light, something moves. A whisper of fur, a flash of amber eyes. You tell yourself it's just the wind, but deep down you know better. Tonight, we journey to Japan, where legends tell of cunning spirits cloaked in the bodies of foxes, creatures of magic, beauty, and deception. These are the Kitsune, beings that walk between the human world and the realm of the divine. Some bring wisdom, others chaos, but all carry fire in their tails and secrets in their smiles. Welcome to our weird world. Tonight, we step into the flickering world of the Kitsune. Long before neon lights bathed Tokyo, or trains cut across the countryside, Japan was a land alive with spirits. Every tree, every river, and every stone had a soul. Among them, none were more mysterious or more feared than the fox. In ancient Shinto beliefs, the kami of rice, fertility, and prosperity was served by fox spirits. These divine messengers were known as Zenko, or good foxes. They were white-furred, benevolent beings who carried messages between the gods and the humans, often blessing those who showed them kindness or respect. But where there is light, there must also be shadow. For every Zenko, there existed a Yako, a field fox, mischievous, sometimes malevolent, and delighted in deceiving humans. There were tricksters who could slip into human form, often appearing as beautiful women or charming men. Over the centuries, these two faces of the Kitsune became woven into Japan's folklore. Protectors and predators, lovers and liars, angels and demons, all wrapped in a single tale. Kitsune legends say that as a fox grows older and wiser, it gains tails, one for every 100 years of life, up to 9. A one-tailed kitsune may play harmless tricks, stealing food, mimicking voices, leading drunkards in circles under the moonlight. But a 9-tailed kitsune, that's a being of almost divine power, capable of bending dreams, controlling fire, and even possessing humans. At 9 tails, their fur is said to shimmer gold or silver, their breath a spark of flame that can ignite the very air. Some say these ancient Kitsune no longer need to trick or deceive. They can simply decide how the world should be. It's whispered that even the gods treat them with caution. One of Japan's most haunting folk tales tells of a farmer who once saved a fox from a hunter's trap. The next day, a beautiful woman appeared at his door. She was kind, gentle, and they fell in love almost immediately. They married, and for years they lived happily together, raising a son. But one winter evening, the farmer's dog got into the house and began barking furiously. When the farmer entered the home, he saw his wife cowering in fear, her eyes glinting gold in the lamplight. In that instant, he realized the truth. His beloved wife was the very fox he had saved. Heartbroken, she confessed that she had taken human form to repay his kindness. But now that he knew, she could no longer stay. With tears in her eyes, she fled into the night. Still, she returned secretly to watch over her husband and child, leaving small gifts at their doorstep: wild mushrooms, bundles of firewood, and once a golden feather. To this day, that story is told not just as a tragedy, but as proof of the Kitsune's complexity, capable of deep love, yet bound by otherworldly laws. If you ever walk through the woods on a misty night and see small orbs of blue flame dancing in the distance, don't follow them. These lights are known as foxfire and are said to mark the presence of Kitsune on the move. They often appear in long glowing trails, resembling a lantern procession winding through the forest. Locals call the phenomenon the fox's wedding. According to legend, this is when the Kitsune hold their secret weddings, invisible to human eyes unless one stumbles upon them by accident. Those who do might be blinded by a sudden downpour or lost in a thick fog. Others vanish entirely, leaving behind only a single footprint in the mud, or the faint echo of laughter drifting through the trees. But if the Kitsune favors you, they may bestow a gift instead. Some who have seen the fox's wedding are said to have gained the power to see through the illusions, or to dream of the spirit world for the rest of their lives. In old Japan, when someone began to act strangely, speaking in unknown voices, laughing at nothing, or showing unnatural strength, it wasn't uncommon for villagers to whisper Kitsune-suke, or fox possession. Unlike Western tales of demonic control, this wasn't always seen as evil. Sometimes the fox possessed a person out of affection, especially young women. In such cases, the afflicted would display knowledge they couldn't possibly know, or uncanny foresight. But darker cases tell of foxes entering through the chest or mouth, twisting the victim's mind until they went mad. Exorcisms were dangerous and unpredictable. If the fox resisted, it could destroy the host from within. Even today, some rural shrines still perform rituals to cleanse those believed to be under a kitsune's influence. Strangely enough, there are families in Japan who claim kitsune ancestry, believing that long ago one of their forebears married a fox spirit. They wear it both as a blessing and a curse. Of all kitsune legends, none is as infamous or as feared as that of Tamamo-no-Mae. In the 12th century, during the reign of Emperor Toba, a mysterious woman appeared in the imperial court. She was breathtakingly beautiful, wise beyond measure, and always smelled faintly of wildflowers and smoke. The emperor was captivated. Within weeks, she became his favorite consort. But soon after, strange things began to happen. The emperor grew ill, his strength fading, and his dreams filled with visions of fire and screaming foxes. A court astrologer was summoned who revealed the terrifying truth. The woman was not human at all, but a kitsune with 9 tails, who had assumed human form to drain the emperor's life. When confronted, she laughed, a sound like glass breaking, and vanished in a flash of flame. Soldiers hunted her across the plains of Nasu, and legend says they finally brought her down with enchanted arrows. When she died, her spirit fused into a massive stone known as the Killing Stone. For nearly 1,000 years, that stone was said to curse all who touched it, and in 2022, it suddenly split in half. Locals claim that the spirit had escaped once more. Coincidence? Maybe, but it sent chills through Japan, and the old monks returned to the site to offer prayers, just in case. You might think that the kitsune belongs to the age of myth, but reports of fox spirits continue even today. In Japan's countryside, commuters have told stories of white foxes darting across the road, only to vanish mid-leap. Taxi drivers claim to have picked up passengers who disappear when the car passes a shrine. And in Tokyo, there are tales of a mysterious woman in Shinjuku who appears only after midnight. Her eyes gleam gold in the neon light, and if you follow her, she leads you into an empty alley that doesn't exist on any map. Those who return say she whispered, "You shouldn't come any further." Then there are even rumors of the kitsune adapting to modern times, using smartphones to send digital messages that vanish after being read. Technology, after all, is just another form of trickery. Perhaps the foxes have simply learned to play our newest game. The kitsune legend endures because it speaks to something deeply human, our fascination with beauty that deceives and deception that feels divine. They are ultimate mirrors, showing us that light and darkness, love and danger, can exist within the same creature, sometimes even within the same heart. Maybe that's why, even now, in the lonely hours between midnight and dawn, people still leave offerings at the shrines of Inari, small bowls of rice, sweet sake, and deep respect for the foxes who watch unseen. Because if the kitsune are still out there, and many believe they are, it's better to stay on their good side. As we leave you here, remember the legends of our weird world are boundless. If you've enjoyed the stories, please share, like, and subscribe to our channel for more content. Your support enables us to keep these stories alive. Until next time, stay curious and beware of the golden-eyed stranger who smiles too easily under the moonlight.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.